Hello, folks. Justin Merendino at the Crooked Smile podcast today. I'm absolutely privileged to be here, folks. I hope you're having a beautiful weekend.
Mate, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
As you can tell, I'm wearing a suit today, guys. This is a massive deal for me.
Oh,
Probably got to be like, they say never meet your icons, and here we are.
bless
How
you.
are you? How have you been?
absolutely great. I'm really, I've had a busy week.
Mate, it looks like every week is a busy week for you at the moment with the socials.
I'm doing appraisals, meeting people, coffee with this person, coffee with that person, and I'm always in front of someone. It doesn't go a day that I sort of don't have something to do. In my industry, you've got to prospect. You've got to call people, a lot of cold calling, and you have to prepare yourself to have the phone sort of hung up on you, or someone said not interested and hang up. But it makes you stronger. You've got to continue doing it. You don't get better at something if you do less of it. You know, my mentor always says to me.
Are you enjoying it?
I love it.
Love being busy?
I love it. I love it's for me, it's not a job. It's a passionate pastime. It's assisting people, giving customer service. I just love real estate.
Well, we're going to get into real estate. I've got some real estate questions. I've got some
Good.
general questions. I've got some social media questions. Kind of far away, but I wanted to start with a pretty important question.
Tell me.
And this will tell the audience a lot about you from your answer. What's the best pasta you've ever had?
I like this one. The best pasta I've ever had. I've had, it was a rigatone pasta, right? At a beautiful restaurant in Osborne Park called Postomato. And I'm sure it was very simple alla norma, which is we've got eggplant through it and the pasta sauce, like a Napoletana base. Very simple. I can make it at home. But those simple ingredients,
When they're fresh.
bring a lot of love to the palate. There you go.
Because there could be a plethora of factors in what makes the best pasta ever. It could be the atmosphere, the experience, where you are.
right.
It doesn't just have to be the dish itself. It could be a combination of all of them. Maybe have a lovely wine to pair with it.
I've always got a wine with the pasta.
Always?
Always. Even at home, I'll often finish whatever time I get home, and I've got a bottle of red ready if I'm having a red sauce pasta, bottle of white if it's a fish dish or a cream pasta. Not often we have cream, but yeah, I'll always have a wine. I'm a wine person. I'm not a fan of, sorry folks, but not a fan of truly of beer. But when I get a nice glass of wine in my hand, I enjoy it.
I'm not a big drinker, but when I do, I'm espresso martini.
Oh, wow. There you go.
It's the best pre-drink, you know? It
good.
just gets the caffeine mixed with the
I
vodka.
love coffee.
Yeah, I've been throwing this term around a lot lately, and I used to never throw it around, but I'm a slut for good truffle. Like, some good truffle, and this is where I'm segueing to from the pasta conversation. The best pasta I've ever had is a truffle carbonara in Florence in the Square, and there was just something about that truffle in that carbonara.
Now, do you know carbonara is not made with cream?
Yeah, it's egg yolk.
Good man. Good.
It's egg yolk.
So
I've had
folks,
traditional carbonara.
Traditional carbonara is not cream-based. It's egg.
My workmate, Simon, shout out to Simon. He absolutely loves you.
Bless him.
He, in one of our team meetings, he brought up an article because we all share stuff we're consuming just in
Yes.
general. And it was some UK article about how to make carbonara and it had cream in it. And he was just going off about how cream, it wasn't traditional carbonara.
It wasn't traditional. I mean, it's much loved here in Australia. That's how we know
It's
it.
been Americanized almost, like pizza.
Well, look, I grew up having both ways, I'll be honest, because some people can't tolerate a full egg, heavy egg dish, and that's fine. I respect that. But if you go to Italy and you ask for carbonara, don't expect a cream base. That's all I'll say.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, well, I think we can segue back from food to real estate and to business. I just wanted to pick your brain on that.
I love it. Good question.
Mate, there's something about Perth. There's a lot of Italian culture in Perth. Everywhere you look, I'm in Leederville. I'm next to the Reese store.
Beautiful Oxford Street.
Yeah, it's just amazing. Busy. So back to the life, the day in the life of Justin Merendino.
A day in the life of Justin Merendino. Well, folks, my day, I'm not an early riser. I'm going to be straight up. Where I can, I get to the office about 10 o'clock. and my day will start.
Is
But
Ray White okay with that?
of course they are, because I finish up at about 7 o'clock.
Yeah, okay.
7, 8 o'clock sometimes, Depends. If you've got to go and do a listing or business, I can finish at 11 o'clock at night. It's not a job that has a set hour.
Yeah, okay.
So, but what I will say is what you put in is what you're going to get out. So with me, I started about 10. First thing, get in the office, get prepared.
Have an espresso?
So I always have my espresso. Everyone knows Justin goes into the kitchen, pushes the button on the machine, and the coffee gets made. That's how I start.
Done.
First thing I do is follow up people that are sort of in my hot stock, we call it, that may have said to me, Justin, I want you to ring me on this day, this time, because I'm thinking about selling. After seeing them maybe the week before or a few days before and giving them an appraisal. So I'll do that, follow them up because they're of importance. Everyone's important, but they're of the prime for the day.
Priorities.
That's it. And then moving forward, I will do some book work, as I like to call it, of sort of keeping things in order. If I've got something under offer, follow up with the finance, how's it going? And I'm the type, even though we all put a finance clause on a contract, I don't like to just wait till the day to go, I better check. I check most often what that's doing. So I can tell the seller how it's going. So things like that get done. Then I do my calls. So I'll do things that are in my prospects, people that say to me, call me next month, and it's come up, or cold calls.
Cold calling. I'm interested to talk about that. But
Yeah,
just finish your day first. Finish your day.
So that's what I'll do, and I do a lot of calls. I'll do at least in a day between 30 to 50 calls, just between prospecting and prospect calls that are in a pipeline. And cold. Now cold I love, and I know you'll get to it, but cold I love, and the reason I do, brings me new data. Those people that say to me, Merendino, I'm not ready today, but I allow you to keep calling, bingo. I've got a new piece of data to put in my system, and I follow them up in about 3 months. Say, look, we spoke 3 months ago. You said I could keep calling, just checking in. So for me, I love that because it brings me a new address, a new name, a new telephone number to my database. As all importance of every single name number. So then most of the time, if in between calling, someone says, yeah, I'd like an appraisal, I never sort of say, right, I'll come now, shut the book, shut everything up and run. I'll always say, look, because I know I'm prospecting and that's very important, you must cherish that. I then say, okay, look, how about 5:30 or 6 o'clock, just before dinner time tonight, I come out. And most people say, perfect, because I'm coming home, I'm relaxed, I want to know what the house is worth. So that's my day, roughly. Yeah.
And then Saturdays as well.
Well, Saturday and
home
Sunday
opens.
I work. I'm an agent that, and I will say it here, so if anyone lists with me, they know, I don't just open a Saturday and be done. I open both days. So I've got a day after today.
You're an animal, man. You're an animal.
If you don't open the front door, you're closing potential business for the seller to receive, and you're closing potential business for the buyer to buy. What I mean by that is, if someone can't make the day that you choose to open, being a Saturday maybe, or just a Sunday, and you're not opening it till another week, well, I believe that closes the door to that specific property. And if another agent's open, well, if someone says, oh, this will do, because now the market's tight, 3,140 odd properties, that's an approximate number, there's not enough to go around. So if I'm closing the door and not opening it, how's someone going to buy it?
Yeah, it's business smart.
For me, your busiest time in real estate is the weekend, whether you like it or not.
Because that's when everyone's going out.
Everyone else that is not in real estate, that is a buyer, is out shopping. So I need to accommodate them. I'm not going to be selfish for myself. I can take a day off during the week to make up if I really want.
That's what I was going to ask. How are you going with working 7 days a week?
For me, it doesn't worry me.
Well, right now you're young and you've got the energy.
I've got the energy, but Not only that, I do things that allow me to relax.
Yeah, smart.
You know, on a Tuesday night, I might ring a cousin and say, let's go out for dinner because I've got a bit of a quieter
Casa
night.
Pizzeria, Oxford Street.
Well, no, I'll try that one. Beautiful.
It's really good.
Is it good? Beautiful.
They do
So,
the best focaccia bread.
oh, that's what I like to hear. Beautiful, beautiful. So for me, it's about family is very important. So I've got to always have time for my family. Telephone them at least, have time to sort of have a meal with them, and just check in. So for me, if I'm going to enjoy a dinner and it has to be on a Tuesday night, no problem. Even just people go, oh, but you're tired. Yeah, but so what? You have a glass of wine, you enjoy your meal, you go home and you do it all again.
Why'd you pick real estate?
I love this question. Well, let's just say real estate called me, all right? I wasn't thinking of real estate. I was working, my last job was at the bank, at Bank West, that decided to sort of shut its shop fronts. And for me, I'm a people person. I strive human interaction, face to face. I can't, unfortunately, my gut doesn't allow me to adapt to a digital life. And that's just me. And I'm sorry to say, but I've strived being who I am.
To be fair, when all's said and done and technology evolves and AI replaces anything, the one main thing that's going to last is people skills and human interactions in the real world.
I believe that. And in my industry, you tell me this. If you had to purchase a house on a photo, on an advertisement, and you weren't allowed to go and touch the sort of wall or to walk on the carpet, would you buy it?
No, and this is for me. It's like buying clothes online is like, yes, it's great. You've got so much more access to so many more sets of clothes or whatever, but you can't try it on.
No.
And like I'll see a million things I like in store, and then I'll go to the changing rooms and try it on, and it won't fit me. And then it's like, it's the same thing.
Every brand has a different fit. Every house has a different buyer. It's the same concept. I might like face brick and tile because that's what I grew up with.
Yeah.
But you might like rendered and absolutely not a brick in sight because, nowadays people want modern. It depends on the human. It depends on the person and what they love, what their flavour is, you know.
This is the Californian Palm Springs look.
That's it. So what I say, this is an industry that found me, and how it found me, I was sort of saying, look, I need to, unfortunately, say goodbye to the bank, as sad as it was, because I'd won awards for customer service and assisting the public in Western Australia. And I finished up at the beautiful Murray Street branch where I was somewhat a floor manager. So I'd help the public. And in the end, I was going to go into a government job. I had it all lined up to go up to a department job in a customer fronting role. And my uncle came to visit, who's in commercial real estate at home, and he had a cup of coffee with me. He says, listen, he says, Justin, you've got a character that people just are drawn to. I'm your uncle. I'm telling you this from heart. Go into real estate. I just straight out said, I don't want to work on the weekend. That's what I said to him. He says, look, let's think about it. Anyway, he left. My gut, my mind, my heart, everything spoke. It said, Justin, give it a go. See if you like it. And if you don't, at least you tried. And I tell you what, folks, here I am. I say it often.
Overjoyed.
I'm overjoyed. I'm over the moon, and I'm ever so proud. And when I say those words, I absolutely mean it. I don't just say it to say, look at me. I'll say it from the heart. I really love what I do, and I love giving top service because I want to treat people how I want to be treated in sales and in purchasing. Both people get married together to create happiness for both parties.
Beautiful.
So that's it.
Beautiful. Cold calling. There's a few things about cold calling. There's a few, I'm a very structured person. I like the science behind everything. I love understanding how things work and like how to hack things. And there's a few sales things with cold calling where you have like two jars in front of you. You got all the marbles in one jar and the other one's empty, and every call that you get, and then you get the details of someone or something, you put the marble into the other jar, and like you make a game out of it. And there's like science around it. Well, when you do that, your performance in cold calling goes up.
Right.
Like the visual representation
Yes,
of like
I
filling
get
the
that
marble
now.
jar throughout the day, like makes it a game and makes you like more invested in it because you're seeing that progress in like a visual element.
Well, to answer sort of somewhat your question or your statement, I see my office that calling's not of a passion of most. And anyone in real estate might say to me, Merendino, I hate calling. I'll say it like that. But I got in my mind, I drilled it in. If I don't do it, no one knows who you are. You're not going to receive anything because you're not asking for anything. Those who ask will receive or will be sort of, shown away, said, leave me alone. And that's what cold calling is. If I don't ask the question, would you like customer service? Can I give you a price update, what the market's doing in your area? I'd love to give you some service. Yeah, why not? As soon as you hear those words, you've done your job. And I just continued drilling at it and drilling at it and doing it and doing it. And even if I've said, I'm tired, keep going. I don't know, there's this drive in me not to stop.
And then the other one was, and I recently saw this, they've done like a breakdown where with like sales calls, and this is visual, so like a Zoom sales call as opposed to like an over the phone. And when they get like a model to sit in the background, like pretending to work and whatever, like hire one to sit in the background, closing rates for this company that tried it went from 23% to 60%. And there's all the psychology behind it for like men, like on sales call, seeing the model behind like the businessman and thinking this guy's important, he's got these people working for him and stuff. And like there was a few things they tested. They tested the time for payments to be made by clients. They tested the sales rate. And then they also did it for another company where they tested ticket rates for support.
Oh, wow.
And all of them like went in the positive direction from having just like a model sitting in the background of the Zoom call.
Wow.
Just like this, like, to me, I find that so fascinating.
Well, I do too, now you say it. I mean, I'll be very honest with everyone. I'm old school. I don't use Zoom. I'll be straight up. I pick the phone up. I email. I text message. Majority of my sellers appreciate the amount of communication I give, and I have been told at times, you're amazing. The amount of detail you're giving us. I don't want anyone to feel what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't want the phone to ring to be asked, hey, Justin, I want an update. Because for me, I've failed. I haven't given communication.
Do you have your own, and this is such a side note,
No.
but it's part of what I do here with my business.
Good.
Do you have your own Google business profile?
No.
You should get that because you'd be able to, from the people you sell to, get 5-star Google reviews, and you would make an absolute killing in building your review portfolio on that. And that means on Google and search engines and stuff, you would appear over everyone else when they search up real estate agents and terms like that. In terms
I'm on
like when it's localized on the search.
Okay. Because I'm on realestate.com.
Yeah.
And I've got every review there from buyers and sellers. So
well,
far,
that would be gold. That would be gold.
That's 5 stars
You know
everywhere.
when you search, like someone searches Ray White real estate and then they'll have a little Google business profile pop up in the Google search result. If you built your own one and then got your reviews for that and you got a bunch of reviews, because that's like gold to Google. Because when they see the Google business reviews and they see positive 5 stars with good reviews, like they will favor that over all of the other Google business profiles in that local area if it's a localized search.
Okay.
Mate, you've got to get that sorted.
Good to
got to
know.
get that sorted. Anyways, that's a side note.
I appreciate everyone's input. End of the day, as I said, I'm an old school, and when I say that, I'm very traditional in what I do. I'll always, if I can, jump in the car, see someone face to face, rather than just flick a DocuSign document where I can. If it's one signature on an amendment, most parties say to me, no, just DocuSign it. I don't want you to have to run around, which is nice. But when I say that, I feel that human touch is a winner. And for me, I feel it will always be a point of difference, because as people get more involved in technology, the human interaction and jumping in the car will slow right down. But if I continue to do it, it's my point of difference.
Yeah, very true, very true. What's the hardest thing about what you do?
Hardest thing.
Because you're very positive with all of it.
I think making sure you create somewhat some time for yourself. That's the hard thing. Because
Work-life balance.
yeah, it can be done. It can be done. But I always want to put my clients first. My family first, my clients first, and then think about me. Which, I don't want to come to a point where it's a burnout, as people will say to me. But I don't feel burned out. I feel very happy in my life. I've gotten to a point now where you just rinse and repeat. You know what has to be done in your role, you get it done, and you repeat it. And you can't fail, because if it's continually worked, you just have to just always, how do you tweak it, in stages.
Well, one of the guests I've had on the show a few times is a men's health doctor, and I say who he is because I'm stealing his line here. His favourite line is, be selfish to be selfless. So when you're selfish for yourself, to work on yourself and make sure you're the best version possible, then you can give that best version of yourself to everyone else and be selfless.
I agree with that statement. I agree with that. And that's why when I'm happy and feeling good and love what I do, the best version of me is there. I'm amongst the people, I'm happy, and I can't go wrong. The more people around me, I smile joyfully. I love people. I'm a people person, hence the job I do. The more, like today, when I go to Home Open, I already can feel that the public are going to be just in a storm, or abundance. And for me, I smile at the door. Hello, folks, welcome. And I love it.
Where does that come from? Like, who is the real Justin Merendino?
Well, you're sitting in front of him.
Is it just pure 100% authentic?
That's me. That's me. I'm like it at home. I'm like it at a coffee shop.
And that's why it works.
I said to myself, there's no point me being someone I'm not. If I walked in or tried being this modern tight pants, cropped pants, no socks, sneakers type of thing, I've never done that in my own personal life. Why do it in business? I have to be who I am.
I'm reading this book at the moment called, I think it's The Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Joe Dispenza. And there's a massive concept in the book he talks about where it's closing the gap. And then what he means is the top of the gap is like who you are on the outside, and then the bottom is who you are underneath. And everyone's gap is different in terms of like what everyone sees as the top and who you really are at the bottom. And the key to success and the key to like being truly happy is closing that gap. So it's the same on the outside and the inside. And that's where you see people with massive gaps will have things like a midlife crisis where they go buy that sports car or go on that sabbatical holiday and stuff because they're just like, they're not happy on the inside. And he reckons it stems from their gap being too big and it not being closed.
Well, hopefully my gap's small.
Well, if you're 100%
because
authentic,
I'm happy.
it's closed.
Well,
That's
there
the
you
thing.
go. That's it. I am who I am. You can ask family members. You can ask friends. I had a young lady yesterday, very quickly, if I can say, called me, and she says, "Justin, I'm looking for a home. I'm pre-approved. By the way, we went to school together. She was in a younger year. She was in a year with my cousin, another Merendino, and she said to me, "I'm really happy for you. I'm remember, and people often say this to me because it was me. Every morning at Chisholm College where I went, I'd stand at the front gate, right? And I'd welcome everyone that walked in to the gate. Hello, good morning, have a good day. Hello, good morning. Repeat. And she said to me, from greeting everyone at the gate, look at you. You're known to the public for helping them in real estate. And she says, wow, you should be proud. And I said, thank you, I am. And I thought to myself, I hung up the phone, I said, wow, I haven't gone unseen in my life. I've gone more seen for good.
But they've seen who you really are at the same time.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right, I've got some real estate and investment things I wanted to ask.
Please.
And this is from my housemate, Ben, who asked me to ask this question.
Hello, Ben.
He's a big fan of you, by the way.
Beautiful.
He loves your work.
God bless him.
In terms of investing, if you wanted to say you had a bit of money you wanted to invest, in the current market right now, would investing in property or would investing in shares be better?
Well, I hope I can say I don't really believe in shares because I don't understand how to do the stock market. Again, I'm not very, how do you put it? I don't feel comfortable digitally mucking about or using, if you want to say, the ASX, buy, sell, buy. For me, brick and tile makes me smile. That's it. I say it all the time. Whether you buy in a high market or buy in a low market, property always does waves. If I buy in a high market, right, and it drops, but I'm going to keep the home for 20 years, it's got to come back up.
Yeah.
And if I sell when it's at the peak, well, you're always going to make money.
And if you wait 20 odd years, capital gains tax goes down.
Well,
and
that's
things
it.
like that.
Plus, I'm earning rent at the same time. I've got steady income. For me, brick and tile's it. I don't care what market it's in. If I've got steady rent coming in every week, for me, it's that I can live off it. If something went wrong, which I hope to God doesn't, but, I've got income from brick and tile. Yes, people would say, but Justin, I can sell 20 shares and I've got a lump sum. Fair enough. You feel comfortable with that. I feel comfortable with the house.
And then following up on that, how does a young person in today's current housing market even buy their first home?
Right. This is a big piece of advice because I get these phone calls. Even though you're sort of approved for $1 million,
Say you've got the loan from the mortgage broker.
don't reach for the stars. It's your first home. If you can manage a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment or unit and you're paying $450, $500 for it, why not buy that? Because it's a small starting step. You start from the bottom and work to the top, because what you've done is you can then pay that off much quicker because it's a smaller piece of property or loan. And once it's paid off or close to being paid off, you can go back to your broker or the bank and say, I'd like to borrow on this property to now buy my forever home. So instead of just paying $1 million and being stretched and having to pay, your loan off, a big mortgage over sort of years, you've paid a $500,000 loan off in, say, 10 years, opposed to paying $1 million off in 30 years, and you've enjoyed, you still go on holidays. I mean, this is what I've done, so I'm talking from experience, folks. You have a small loan, it's an older house, it's not a palace, it's not maybe your forever home or somewhere where you want to raise a family, but it's a piece of property that you can say, it's mine. And that's how I feel with mine. It's almost paid off. Now I can step to the next step and buy the 4x2, big land, brick and tile that I want, and then have sort of a smaller loan because you've got something, another property that...
And then you can rent it out
correct,
and use that income to pay
correct,
for the other mortgage.
and that's what I do. That's it.
Awesome.
So that's my advice.
That's
Don't
your
reach
2
for the
cents.
stars. That's my 2-cent piece put in. Don't start up here. You have to start from the bottom. And I need people that have been brought up with sort of, an abundance of say everything, to understand that when you go out on your own and you might not have parent support behind you,
It's a different world.
it's a different world. It's a different life. You've got to think of smart.
I'm renting.
There you go.
Financially
Fair
independent, and I'm 22 years old, and it's not easy per se. Like, you got to budget for groceries, your weekly rent, your utility expenses, and then at the same time try and save, and then cost of living's all going up. It's not easy. And then the housing market.
I understand how you feel because people say to me, Justin, and I said it on another podcast, outbid. They're always outbid. All I say to people, and I said it then, I'm going to say it now. There's no point putting an offer you think might buy it, but you still can afford more. If you like the property you've come to see, the only piece of advice I can give is give it your full shot. That way you know inside you, I gave it everything. If it's a no, sorry, you've been outbid or, someone else has bought it, you don't feel upset knowing I could have given another 30,000. Because there's no, unfortunately, I'll say it very sadly, there's not really the word bargains anymore in property. You're not going to find a bargain. You will find a quality home. And even if you find something that might need a lick of paint or a bit of love, you're still going to be paying the right price for the current market. You're not going to get ripped off. We're not here to do that. If something down the road in similar sort of aspect as what I'm selling is, well, the seller's going to expect similar money, if not the same, for their property.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
What made you decide to want to market yourself on Instagram the way you have?
Nothing decided. It happened. I started that.
Instagram called you.
It called me. Look, I've always had a personal Instagram account and it just sat there. I never added photos really to it. I'm not, again, I thought no one has to know what I'm sort of up to. But in a business aspect, I want everyone to know what I'm doing because I want people to see I'm a big part of the community. And for me, the Italian community is very important to my life. And I want people to know that. And any piece of sort of Italian culture that I can be a part of in my vicinity where I live or suburb, I go to if I'm asked to be there.
Yeah.
Because if I support them, people see I support them. When they come time to sell, you know, they might say, let me give Merendino a go. And I love that because the phone rings all of a sudden. They say, Justin, I saw you at that event. You sponsored this. You were there at Balcataretna Soccer Club or whatever it is. It's time to sell. And I thought, I want to give it to you. And when I hear those words, I think, wow, I'm very privileged. But I thought, pick up the phone, video myself being me, like you said prior, be your authentic self, and I am. And I speak the language, so I thought, you know what? I'm in and amongst a lot of Italians in that sort of Balcata region. Let me show it on social media that if you need it, there's an older Italian involved that can't speak much English. I'm very confident to sit at it and have a conversation. No problem.
Have an espresso.
That's it. And a couple of biscuits.
What's it been like growing your Instagram? Because it's kind of skyrocketed lately a little bit.
What it's been like? Well,
Like
every
you're getting
post
busier
I put,
and busier every week with more and more
every
stuff.
post I put, 16,000 views, this people, that, and Justin, we
Is
love
it just you doing it?
my mobile phone. Hello, folks. There I am. It's me. I don't believe in all this, put a microphone, that fluffy thing hanging off you. Hey, if there's a bit of wind in the background, a little bit of background music to settle it.
Beautiful.
I want people to see I'm rustic, I'm genuine, and I'm original.
You're authentic.
That's it. I don't like this, enhance the voice, change this, put a backdrop, I want to be me. That's it.
Nice.
If someone doesn't like it, I apologise, but
This is the thing. If someone doesn't like it, they don't have to watch
I
it.
don't have to watch it.
Exactly.
Scroll to the
There's no
next
gun
thing.
to their head telling them to watch it.
That's right. Beautiful. Beautifully said. Yeah.
How do you pick your soundtracks? You've always got the best songs on
Do
your
I?
soundtrack.
That's what I listen to
bit
in a
of-
daily
a bit
life.
of Frank.
Sinatra, Frankie Valli, Dino Martino, Dean Martin. Who else?
Pino D'Angio.
I
love
Pino.
Pino
I love
D'Angio.
Pino D'Angio. Look, Pino D'Angio, I recently came in. He'd always had a cigarette in his hands, microphone.
I just love that Italian disco style music. It's the best.
I love his beautiful song, Okay, Okay, which is a nice song.
What's the other one? Quella Adia?
Oh, you love that song. Oh, that's a good one. There's one about a motore.
It's just a good vibe. And it can suit any occasion. Like it could suit a dinner party. It could suit like just background music while you're cooking. Like
It's funny you say, the other day, I put a Pino D'Angio song in the background of my, appraisals, if anyone's interested. And someone commented, I go, oh, Pino D'Angio, you've made my day. And I thought, this guy wasn't even Italian. To know a song that I've grown up with, for me, it touches my heart.
No, I love it. I love it.
Because you sort of think, I've got to be careful maybe, because people sort of think, end of the day, you're in Australia. But we are very multicultural in Australia.
We are.
And I want to give back to the elderly Italians that came here with nothing. And if I can show a passion for the music, a passion for the language, a passion for the culture, food, and I do it in my work life as well in my private life, for me, I'm living the best life because I'm being just myself.
So you're just putting your own music on
That's
and
it.
just saying that you speak exactly who you are behind closed doors and in front of the
That's
camera.
it.
And then in terms of like the opportunities you've had, I've seen like a lot of just like events coming up, telling businesses, a lot of
They have.
regular businesses sending you stuff. Like, how's that been?
Oh, look,
The support from the community in Perth's been massive.
let me say thank you. Plain thank you to everybody that's appreciated me so far, including yourself
You're a
having me here.
gentleman. You're a gentleman.
I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, allowing me to be me. And the fact that I walk in the door in the office and the girls, this beautiful secretaries I have, Justin, there's a package on your desk. Another one I say, because I don't expect it. I think to myself, I'm only being myself.
But that's why they give it.
I can't believe
That's why they give it.
these things just turn up. And
What's your favourite thing you've ever got on?
I must say, I love everything and I thank you,
course,
everyone.
of course.
I'm never ungrateful. But one thing I received, and I've worn it, it's an item, untied. He's going to love me saying it. It's a beautiful tie brand. I wore that to a ball we had in Queensland last week I was at. And it was a design. I didn't even ask for these ties. He said, Justin, I've sent you ties. Let me know when you get it. A tie bar in a mustache type of look, gold. I love gold, hence I wear it. This tie, beautiful, the most beautiful silk I've ever touched. And the pattern he chose, I'll say he because he's a gentleman, he chose for me was like a typical design that if it was in the shop, I would have said, that's it. And it was like this guy knew me. He says, Merendino tie.
But I reckon he does know you from all the reels he sees of you where you are the real you.
Yeah. And I thank you very much. That was I'll wear that forever. I hope I don't ever get it dirty because ties are hard to, you've got to dry clean the things. But I love it so much. Just thank you to everyone.
Question on your style. Where's your inspirations for your style?
I've had the same style for 28 years. The hair hasn't changed. I've always worn rings. I always wore a gold watch. I've always said, be myself. I'll say it often. I don't like skinny fit pants. And anyone at school knew me for wearing trousers.
At the gate.
At the gate, that's it. I loved my school trousers because the Chisholm trousers were a sort of classic, bigger fit, and I felt comfortable. I've always worn loafers because I don't like doing laces up. Yeah, I don't wear sneakers. I don't own a pair. I don't wear jeans. I don't own a pair. I hate T-shirts because I don't like the cut. I've always worn a collar. Why change? I'm myself. I love wearing suits. I've got a new one coming from Institute. It's ordered. I can't wait to pick it up. I'm myself. And when I went actually very quickly, thank you to Institute for listening to me. I went in, of course. Folks, I said to them all, they all were listening. The cut of the pants have to be a bigger fit classic. I'm not having this tapered, none of this thing. And they looked at me going, we haven't, that's not a request.
I hate skinny jeans.
Well, look, the people, they like,
They
people
make
wear
my
them with
calves look
boots.
too small,
Look, it's not even about that for me. I couldn't care how they look. I don't like,
How they feel?
they don't feel right on my legs.
Yeah.
I need the pants that, let's just say, my grandfather would have come to Australia with.
Nice.
Because they all wore suits. They wore the big collars.
Pinstripe suits?
Well, I'm wearing a pinstripe shirt today thanks to Gaz, man. I love their quality.
Downstairs?
They are. And they all wore bigger trousers. And it's not because I said, my nonna wore that, I have to wear it. I've bought that type of thing at a younger age, worn it and gone, these feel comfortable. I feel comfortable how I am. And everyone's said to me, Justin, try wear something a bit more modern. Yeah, but it's not who I am. Be myself. You either like it or you don't. Folks, I'm getting business for who I am. I walk in with the same suit style I have. No one's ever said to me, I'm sorry, I'm not going to go with you because your pants are too big fit. You know, doesn't matter as long as you present yourself in the best you want to be. That's how I look at it.
What do you use for your hair? I'm just
Nothing, it's water. That's cut and trimmed, and I've combed my hair back for 25 years because I grew up with curls, believe it or not. And it's just brushing the curls out that stayed.
You've got a loyal barber. You're loyal to your barber, or you change around on your barber.
I do change around.
This is just in. Justin Merendino cheats on his barber.
I try. Well, look, now really, I've got my dear sister who's a hairdresser, and she'll cut my hair from time. But when she's busy, they'll go. My mother's cousin's a hairdresser, so I'll pop in there. Really, wherever I feel it was done right the last time.
So
because I have once a month on religion. I'm due for a haircut probably next week.
And once they give you a bad cut, they're done.
They're finished. Done. Because I lose trust.
They can go sleep with the
fishes.
fishes.
For me, my hair is my crowning glory. My hair needs to be brushed back. It can't be a sort of feel of hair out, if a spot. Otherwise, I'll get the scissors and
I do mine myself.
There you go. Well done. Nice and trimmed.
Well, it's like I'm not going to pay $50 for a buzz cut when I've got clippers and I can just do it myself.
I don't.
What's the saying? When you lose your barber, what's the Godfather saying? Luca Brasner is sleeping with the fishes.
Yeah, with the fishes.
Have you seen The Godfather?
I have.
What do you think of the third one, part 3?
Oh, look.
It's a bit criminal, isn't it?
It's the horse head part for me.
Number one.
Number one. I think... that type of thing really did go on, you got to believe, in the 1940s and 50s. And, that's not my style. I'm not I'm half Sicilian, half Calabrese, but I think we're good-hearted people. We just want a good family and everyone to respect each other. I think sometimes they took it a bit too much back in the day, but you know what? Everyone did business their way, and I do business my way.
Frank Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra, my favourite song in the whole world is that one.
I'm curious. So you go. You've got all this stuff going on. You're doing weekends. Like every now and then you get a nice dinner with the family and all of that. When you finally get time to yourself, when you do, what are you doing to unwind?
Well, my thing, and people know me because they see me, I check myself into Crown and I have a night just to say I'm away from the home. I've booked next week, so I'm excited.
Don't say the day.
I won't, because I think the whole of Australia will come. But I've booked next week just to unwind.
Towers?
Oh, yeah, look, whether it's Towers or the Metropole, for me, Crown Burswood has got absolutely everything for everyone. I love the food. I love the fact if you want to have a bit of a flutter, you can. The casino's there.
What's a flutter?
A bit of a gamble.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
I normally use the term flutter, fluttering around.
Are you good on the...
I always go on the machines. You'll always see me on them. I enjoy the machines. But that's my way to unwind. I check in Crown, I'll go down to TWR, sit, have a drink.
In the waiting room.
The waiting room. And,
what's your go-to drink there when you're not a glass of wine?
I love my gin and tonic when I sit and just relax.
I'm a gin man myself.
I love gin.
Favourite gin?
Bombay.
Bombay. Is that the Sapphire Bombay?
The Sapphire Bombay, yeah. The blue one. Yeah. That's nice.
You should try.
There's a Japanese one too. I forget the name.
You should try Malfi's pink grapefruit gin.
Okay.
It's pink and it's grapefruit scented, but
I must try it.
Oh, it's good.
Good? Yeah, I like gin. Me, my dear cousin, another Merendino, he'll always say, we'll have a gin and tonic. And I love that, just to relax. For me, Crown is a very much the word relaxation. Because some people say, I'll go fishing, or I'll go hiking, or whatever they got. I'm not one for outdoors.
So you'll go Crown by yourself just to relax?
I can sit there and just listen to the piano playing. I'll sit back and, people know me. Merendino, remember the name.
Have a chat.
And, have a chat. People, come sit down, and I welcome everyone. I'm not the type to sort of say, oh, leave me alone. No, I embrace the fact that the public respect me. I show them respect back. Sit down, have a drink, but for me, Crown, that's my way of relaxing. I just love it so much. And what I will say, and a lot of the staff know me now because I've been going ever since I was 18.
So how often are you going to Crown?
Oh, look.
For context.
So,
Like once a month?
yeah, probably a little bit more than that. Probably a little bit more than that. A couple of times. And what I love...
Just one night stints?
Oh, depends. I might go on a Saturday
Sometimes you
night. I
might
might
take
go on
the
a Wednesday
weekend,
night.
you know.
Oh, look, yeah. But I won't stay. Sometimes I'll just go, like I say, for a drink, a dinner.
Okay.
Because I can get dressed up because it's a nice, beautiful, wow, you're looking up. What I love about our Crown Perth is they've kept the old Burswood design of the glass windows in the main area outside where the atrium is. And you look up and you're looking out and you see the moon, you see everything out there, and it's beautiful. So I applaud them for keeping that design. I love it. But I love the fact, the respect I have from the staff. Justin. And I'm going, it's either you come too much or, wow, that's a very big respectful point in your life where you say people know you in a business. I love that.
That's a good relationship.
It's a very good relationship because in any business, I can walk into a cafe, Justin, and you feel, wow. You often, I look at myself in the mirror and go, keep doing what you're doing. Because if you stop, they'll miss you. If you continue, they applaud you. So there you go.
How was your recent trip to Queensland?
For me, that was a big deal because I'm not the best flyer. I hate planes, really.
As in you get nauseous or you're just scared of flying?
I hate takeoff and landing. I hate that feeling of the roar of the engines and going back. And once I'm in the air, I'm not too bad. But yeah, anyway, once I got to Queensland, different to Perth, I'll tell you that much, a different atmosphere to Perth. It's a lot of...
First time?
Very first time. For me, it was more... I went up to Broad Beach in the Gold Coast. It was more... How do I put it? A very holiday lifestyle or more sort of... I don't know. I feel here where just work, home, eat, go to bed, start again.
Perth's very early rising.
Right. There I felt more, let's just have a sleep in a little bit more. Maybe they'll say, you're wrong, but that's the vibe I got.
And then business trip was good?
I loved it. Connect for Ray White. I'm so proud to be working for Ray White, and I'm sure they're proud to have me.
Is Ray White, is that just the name of the business or there's an actual Ray White?
I work for Whiteman and Associates in Mirrabooka office.
And then is there an actual person named Ray White that owns the business?
So Ray obviously was the founder, who's passed.
Okay.
His sons and then the sons and the grandchildren have taken over.
Yeah, okay.
But the name Ray White of the original founder will always stay.
Yeah, okay.
But that's the name of...
Sorry to sidetrack
No. I'm glad you asked. It's good to know. But I work for a superb principal, David. He always encourages me and lets me be me, and stock flows and I work hard. So I'm very happy. And the fact that Ray White, the brand, adapted to having this Connect program in Queensland, for me that was the first time. And I tell you what, I'm so excited to go back. It's every 3 years. So 2028 is the next one. Queensland, I'll see you again. I can't wait. It was just amazing what they did for us and the talks and speakers.
So it's like a business conference.
It was. That's exactly what it was. Business conference. We had Daniel Ricciardo come out to talk to us. I was so privileged.
Local Perth boy as well.
We had the founder of Bluey, the TV show for the kids.
Yeah, right.
He spoke to us. And we had cosmetic businesses come out and we had sort of people that are in sporting, the sort of that type of speaking,
Yeah.
if you want to say, was just so lovely to have and listen to, because you take bits of it and you bring it in your own business.
Yeah. Yeah. And then networking, meeting new people.
Oh, the amount of people, I think I had 60,000 photos with other Ray White agents.
How do you remember everyone's name? when
I
you've got
don't.
them?
And I will say sorry.
Cam.
That's
Campbell.
it. That's all right. That's that one I'll get. But I don't. And they probably know that, because I'm walking, Justin, can I have a photo with you? I'll absolutely adore you. No problem. Thank you very much. See you later. Ciao. And you go, oh my gosh, what's the big deal? I'm only being myself, you know. But I always respect people, and I remember their face.
Always.
For me, I'm a face person. I could be walking through, I know you. That's it.
Nice. So that was just a few days, and then straight back to business here.
It was straight back to business.
See, what's that like? I know you're saying you're getting the crown breaks every now and then and stuff, but like, is there a long-term plan, or you're just like happy where you are and you're kind of living in the present?
I'm really happy. Once a year, I'll do a big trip. So every January, that's my...
Back to Italy?
No. Italy, you can't do... People say, yeah, you can. I can't do a quick 3-week and back. You need a good month, 5 weeks in Italy. I've got family still there. I want to go back to Calabria, back to Sicily. I haven't been back to Italy since I was 13 years old.
Just you haven't had the time?
Well, financially, before, you had to... for me, I prioritised buying a house. I bought a house at 21.
Yeah, right.
So I've had a mortgage since then. I'm 28 next couple of weeks. What I'm trying to say is I either prioritise travelling or prioritise the property. You can't have both. I've got cousins that say, I need the travel. That's fine. Do it now while you can. For me, the priority was brick and tile, and I did it very young, but I then had to sacrifice the holidays.
But it means you'll get that when you're older.
Which is what I want. I want it in my 40s.
When you have your family. And
I don't want to be saying I work 7 days. I can say, okay, look, I've got a property going to market. I'll be away this time. I want to see if people adapt with allowing me to sort of enjoy a bit of a break, to be refreshed and vitalised, to come back.
Yeah, okay.
So I will travel more when I'm older, but what I'm getting at, once a year in January, I do a trip, and I've booked my trip for January coming.
Nice. And that's to?
I'm going to Hong Kong.
Ooh.
For about a week and a half with my cousin, and we're going on a cruise ship, beautiful Royal Caribbean ship from Hong Kong to Vietnam, back to Hong Kong.
So how do you decide that? Like, how do you?
I love cruises. This will be my 7th cruise. For me, I love cruising because I leave my bag and I've got a floating city. I walk, I can have a meal, there's so much to do. I can go play bingo, I can go to a theatre, I'll meet people, network, and I love it so much. So for me, if I can fit a cruise into a trip, I'm over the moon.
Cool. All right. I'm interested. I know we're cautious of time because you've got a few opens later today.
That's all right.
When it comes to people skills and actually like in terms of calling people, like getting people to buy houses, getting people to want to go through you to sell their house, like do you have any tips or advice for building people skills?
Build rapport and build it quick. So the first thing I do when I get to the front door, would you like me to take my shoes off? And they look at you going, oh, no, it's all right. Or someone will go, yes, please. The ones that say yes, please, straight away you've found the sense of respect that they go, oh, I like that, because he actually respects it's my home. Get what I mean? That's that tip. The other thing is I say to my potential vendor, I don't want to do all the talking here. You tell me what you want out of my service, and I let them tell me. So for me, that's been the wins, and people go, that's different, because I get told, oh, you're an agent, all you do is talk. Well, yes, I've got to talk because I've got to communicate, but I only want to talk when when I know I need to pull a point across. But if someone needs to have their part or input, of course I want to listen to them. So yeah,
Cool. And then in terms of like people coming into the homes and stuff,
I welcome them with open arms. I welcome today at 1 o'clock I've got a beautiful property in Craigie open. I'm very excited. And I've rest assured to the vendor because tomorrow we've got a bit of bad weather, and I've seen bad weather does not stop buyers. If they like it, they'll come. They come with their umbrellas, and I welcome them. Coming in the drive, folks. We'll just wipe your feet. An absolute pleasure to have you here. And it is a pleasure to have any buyer through any home I'm selling, because at the end of the day, that buyer will remember the respect they received from me. And that one buyer may have to sell something. And if I've shown them enough respect, the phone might ring and they'll say, Justin, I'd love to get your input on selling my own home. And I love it.
how have you found kind of building your social media presence and how that affects your networking and like opportunities?
I don't let it affect. I've had to say no to people.
Really?
I've had to. You have to. I can't let the social media or people say to me, oh, I've just opened a business, I need you today. Look, unfortunately, I've got a busy day. I want to be part of your business.
Got to plan a month ahead, like the Crooked Smile podcast.
Well, yes. Like you did. When you
Sent
reached
you the
out to
email.
me, I said to you, look, unfortunately, I was flat out at that point. And I'm always flat out. But if I can prepare myself and put in my diary a date, you work everything around it.
And then I can send you the
That's
email with
it.
all the information.
Correct. I
You put it
can't
in the
just be
calendar
called
for a
today and
month's time.
say, we need you to do this.
Does that happen often?
Well, I've had beautiful songs or musica d'Italia. I think they got sending children to Sanremo to sing in Italy, which I'm going to be a part of. I'm so excited. And for a few weeks, they've been asking me, just come along. Look, I've been flat out.
Give me a time and day in the future and
Well,
I'll try my
I
best.
said to them, next week I'll pop in. I'll ring beforehand. We'll do something and I'll be out. But for me, the prospecting's very, very important, and I can't jeopardise the social media for that. I have to say, if I'm in the middle of prospecting, I can't just leave the office to come do an Instagram, hello folks, I'm out here at this new business, because the next call that I had on my list could have been someone who did want to sell. I never rang them and they've gone and listed with someone else. When I at least want the opportunity to step a foot in the door.
Do you think you can get to the point where you have too many people trying to buy through you and sell through you?
If I do,
That's a nice problem to have.
very nice problem to have. But it's not a problem. For me, that is an absolute honour. Absolutely. What we do, we space everyone out. 2 this week, 2 next week, photos this week, put it on the market next week. I don't want anyone that ever rings me to feel they're not important. They are very important to me. Everyone that says they want to sell with me, I treat them with utmost respect. The buyers get treated with respect as well, and I communicate with everyone. I just have to manage the properties, which I do quite well. If someone says to me, I need to paint, no problem. Let's list the property today, let you paint, and in between I can put others on the market and then bring theirs back. So you got to work it. You got to work your magic.
All right. Well, this question I ask everyone that comes on the podcast, and I'll give a bit of a backstory to all of it, is the Crooked Smile podcast. Crooked Smile is authentic. It's not picture perfect. It's authentic. It's raw. That's what I want for the podcast. It's the brand is authentic conversations. I found out like a year after I started the podcast that the Scottish translation of my name, Campbell, is wry/crooked mouth. So it's kind of like meant to be.
It's meant to be.
But
That's amazing.
the question I ask everyone to finish,
Tell me.
and this is how I really get to understand and find out who they are, is tombstones. Everyone's going to die, okay? When you die, you have very limited character space to get a few words on your tombstone for how you want to be remembered. What would you put on your tombstone?
Well, where I'd go is in the wall, number one, because I don't like getting burnt, so in the wall. And on my mausoleum wall, scripture would be my name, in loving memory, if I've got family, children, wife, at the bottom, I don't want rest in peace. I've made my mind up. I would like remember the name.
I love it.
Because I've said it throughout my business, and that's my line. That's my business. People know me from what I say. That's my tagline. It's got to go on there.
I love it. I love it. Where can everyone find you? What's coming up?
Beautiful.
For the people, what they need to hear.
You can find me, of course, traditional methods. Give me a call. My telephone numbers are on social media, online, Ray White for Whiteman and Associates. My Instagram, Justin_Merendino_Ray White. Give me a follow. Unfortunately, I've said a few times now, I can't follow anyone back. I've got a big problem. Instagram don't allow me to follow more than 7,500 people. And I've got a little bit more somehow, 7. I can't follow anyone else. I had the beautiful James Liotta, you might know of, follow me. And I had to message him to say, James, it's an absolute pleasure and an honour, but I can't follow you back. So hopefully they'll increase that and I can follow everyone I want to. But
Like the Cook and Smile podcast.
I would, I'd love to. But yeah, look, this is probably a good problem to have because you can see I've got shy of 17,000 followers.
Your Instagram must be mental.
I don't know how it's happened, but all I'll say to you all, I'm me and you must all love me for me. Hence I'm here in front of you. Everyone loves me. I love you all and I respect everyone. So thank you. If you ever need to sell or you need help buying, remember the name, Justin Merendino's not far away.
Thank you so much for your time. I
Thank
really
you.
love this.
Ciao.